What up, YouTube? It's your boy back again. Another banker. All right, so about to put my car up on the trailer, and yeah, take it to the tune shop, get it tuned up, real quick. Right there. So yeah, gonna see how this day go. And about to get it cracking. Till then, here we go. Ready?
The whole setup. Hey, hey.
I gotta move it over some more. It's burning up out here. Oh man, something hitting something. Alright, y'all. So I'm on the road. On the way to get my cartoon. You know what I'm saying? But it was to get this thing on the trailer, man. I think I spent like over an hour trying to get this bad boy on the trailer. I wish I could have recorded it, but it was just so much going on. Trying to get this thing on the trailer. Using like wood blocks, old rotors, like everything I could use to try to get this on. My neighbors even came out trying to help me get it on the trailer. And not to mention, it's super hot out here. I think it's like, what, 90 degrees right now? So I was just like drenched in sweat. Like, yeah, I wanted to record bad, but I just had so much going on. Once I get used to vlogging and recording as I'm doing stuff, I'll start recording little stuff like that more. But as far as right now, I gotta just do it however I do it, you know. So, but on my way, driving. All right, y'all. As you see, it's burning up. Super sweaty. Made it to the dyno shop. Trying to get it on here. There we go. Got on the dyno, baby. Had to let the top back. That's how hot it is. Nice and cool inside the shop though. But like I say, here's a bitch. Here's a bitch getting it up in here. Stay tuned. All right, y'all. So update. Um, Something's going on with the laptop, whatever the case, and also having problems with the sniffer reading my electric cutout. So what they gotta do is they gotta drill a hole in my header, put these little bongs on for like an O2 sensor or something like that, and then they'll hook everything back up so they can get a correct reading, a wide open throttle, and so they can try and make the adjustments. So right now, that's currently what's going on. What's going on right now? Got the car jacked up, raised up in the air. I'm about to drill a hole up in there and see what happens. Boy, this is loud. All right, y'all, final pull, y'all. All right, y'all. I'm back. Uh, back home. I ain't gonna lie, it's a little late. I came in, I had to take a break. Uh, Came in, took a shower, chilled out for a minute. Came back up in here, finished this up. Give y'all a rundown. What happened? Um, I guess you could say a successful day, or whatever the case. You know, Dyno, mm, it put down good, not so good number from what I was expecting, but I got dyno on a Mustang dyno, so they always say the numbers on a Mustang dyno don't really always dyno come out a little lower than any other dyno. You know what I'm saying? So you got to tune my car. You decide to take it to the track, take it to the track, take it to the track. So yeah, take it to the track, see what happens. He do recommend that I get a new torque converter or whatever the case because he said something about it's. He said something about it's hanging up or something like that. It's not really it's holding RPMs at a high range, you know. So he recommended I get a new torque converter or whatever the case. So talk to the guy that builds my torque converter and see if he could build me a tighter torque converter or whatever the case. So gonna do that. Like I say, man, it was I guess you could say it was a successful day, but a rough successful day. Like I said, hour and a half to try and get this car up on the trailer. Y'all seen the video from the other day. I took the cutouts off. You know, still had a hard time getting it up on the trailer. Uh, what else? Uh, yeah, back to getting it up on the trailer. Like, man, my airbags in my truck, it didn't let up like it's supposed to. So the trailer was leaning. The nose of the trailer was leaning like this, kind of like that. So when I try and get my car up over the ramp, I couldn't really go over the ramp because the ramps is like sit higher up to where it wasn't clearing the frame of my car and stuff like that. So I just basically jacked my car up, adjust my shocks to the highest setting, put all kind of wood blocks. I got these oh, you ain't see that. Don't tell nobody. I got these I don't know if y'all can see over here in the corner. Y'all can see those. Yeah, camera. Nice little ramps over there on the floor. You know, that's the ramps over there that I use, whatever the case. So, yeah, use those ramps, rotors. I had some wood 2x4 pieces. I used those. I was just using anything that come in my mind. You know, if I could take a piece of the house off and put it on, I probably would have did it. But I was going to get my shit dyno today. You know, last time I missed my dyno appointment because I had a hard time trying to get my car up on the trailer, whatever the case. Wasted money, whatever the case, but it's cool. But successful dyno day. Got her back. I wanted to take her out and get it tuned. I mean, I get it tuned, but I want to take her out and play around with it and stuff like that, test out on the streets and stuff like that, my dragging and stuff. But like I said, man, it was too hot. I don't like the heat. I was like 95 degrees today. I'm good. I like 75, maybe 80 some degree weather, but 95-degree weather, sun beaming down on you like that, nah. I'm just a sweat bucket all day sweat bucket. Yeah, so this bad girl right here. It is super dirty, yo. Super dirty. That's right. I'm gonna get the hang of this. Cool. You know? Yeah. Think it's super dirty. I need to go ahead and get it cleaned up. I hate it being this dirty. Man, when I first got it, look at that. That's problems in the past. Having a drop top. Damn thing want to keep coming off. Stuff like that. So I had to find ways to get that fixed. You know, but super dirty. Super dirty. I don't know if y'all seen the ramps. Those are ramps right there I use. You know? Oh, also, I gotta get y'all one of these. Love having that, boy. I had this battery for about like 5, 6 years because of that. You know? But yeah, but that's the end of the day, man. We're go ahead and wrap this up. Um, Tomorrow's probably going to play basketball or whatever the case, but I really don't feel like playing, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it anyways. Um, yeah, till then, shit. Maybe next video, y'all probably see me washing this bad boy. Give me a nice little wash, whatever the case. So till then, tune in, peace. Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe, and hit that bell notification. All right, y'all. Peace.